Planning to rent a car in Greece? Driving here can give you so much freedom. Hidden beaches, mountain villages, viewpoints and places you simply can't reach easily by public transport. But before you get behind the wheel, there are a few things you really need to know. I'm Chrysoula, I'm from Greece, and on this channel, I'll help you plan smarter trips around the country. In this video, I will share what tourists should know before driving in Greece. From permits and road rules to tolls, parking, safety, and the local driving habits that often surprise visitors. Let's start with the biggest question. Do you actually need a car in Greece? And the honest answer is it depends where you're going. If you're staying in Athens, I would avoid renting a car. Traffic can be stressful, parking is difficult, and you can get around much easier by metro, taxi, walking or private transfers. The same applies if you're staying in the center of Thessaloniki. But if you're visiting larger islands, the Peloponnese, mountain villages, remote beaches or places where public transport is limited, a car can make a huge difference. So, do you need an international driving permit to drive in Greece? In many cases, no. You don't need one if your license is from an EU country, Iceland, Liechtenstein or Norway. You also usually don't need one if your license is from the USA, Canada, Australia, the UK or Gibraltar, as long as it is valid, issued at least 1 year ago and printed in Latin characters. If your license is from another country or it is not in Latin characters, check the rules before your trip. And always confirm with your rental company, because some companies may have their own policies. Many people wonder if driving in Greece is safe. In general, I would say yes, but it can feel different from what you're used to, especially if you're driving on islands, in mountain areas or in busy cities. The main things to be careful with are narrow roads, sharp turns, scooters, parking, and local drivers who may be more reckless than you expect. So my advice is simple. Don't rush, drive defensively, and always leave extra time for your journeys. If you do that, renting a car can be one of the best ways to explore Greece. In Greece, we drive on the right-hand side of the road. The steering wheel is on the left side of the car and you overtake from the left. Take it slowly at first, especially at junctions, roundabouts, and when leaving parking areas. Are road signs easy to understand in Greece? In general, yes. Most road signs in Greece are easy to understand, especially on highways, main roads, airports, ports, and tourist areas. Many signs are written in both Greek and Latin characters, so you will usually see the destination in Greek and also in English-style letters. One thing many visitors don't realize is that many rental cars in Greece are manual. Automatic cars are available, but there are usually fewer of them, and they can be more expensive. So if you can only drive automatic, book your car as early as possible, especially if you're traveling in summer or visiting a popular island. There are a few basic rules you should know before driving in Greece. Seatbelts are mandatory for everyone in the car. You cannot use your phone while driving unless you have a hands-free system. Children need the correct child seat depending on their age and size. And of course, don't drink and drive. Greece has strict alcohol limits and police checks take place quite often. Speed limits in Greece depend on the type of road, so always follow the signs. As a general rule, it's usually 50 km per hour in towns and cities, 90 km on rural roads, and usually up to 120 km on motorways. But limits can change quickly, especially near villages, schools, tunnels and roadworks. Speed cameras and police checks do exist, so drive carefully. And on islands or mountain roads, go slower than you think you need to, because roads can be narrow and full of sharp turns. If you're driving on the main highways in Greece, You will probably pass through tolls. You can usually pay by card or cash, but I always recommend having some cash with you just in case. The cost depends on the route, and if you're doing a long road trip, tolls can add up. Road conditions in Greece can vary a lot. Highways are usually good, but island roads, village streets, and mountain roads can be narrow, steep, and full of sharp turns. Also, watch out for scooters, motorbikes, pedestrians, and sometimes animals like goats or sheep on the road. So don't rush, drive carefully, and always leave extra time. Google Maps works well in Greece, but don't follow it blindly. Sometimes it may navigate you through very narrow village streets, steep roads, or small roads that are technically open but not ideal for tourists. This happens especially on islands, in mountain villages, and in old towns. Before you start driving, quickly check the route, and while you're driving, always pay attention to the road signs first. Parking can be one of the most stressful parts of driving in Greece. In Athens and other popular destinations, it can be difficult, especially in summer, so use official parking areas or paid garages when possible. On smaller islands and in villages, parking is usually easier, but be careful not to block narrow streets, driveways, hotel entrances, or local homes. My advice is to arrive early and never assume you can park right next to the place you want to visit. Gas stations in Greece are very easy to use. In most places, you don't fill the car yourself. An attendant will usually come and do it for you. You can simply say full or tell them the amount you want, for example 20 or 50 euros. Cards are widely accepted, but I still recommend carrying some cash, especially if you're driving in remote areas or on smaller islands. And one important tip, don't wait until the tank is almost empty. If you are heading to mountain villages, remote beaches, or quiet parts of an island, fill up earlier. If you decide to rent a car in Greece, before you drive away, take a few minutes to check it out. Take photos and videos of the outside, the wheels, the mirrors, the interior, and the fuel level. Also check for any scratches or damages, and make sure they are written on the rental agreement. It may feel unnecessary, but it can save you problems later when you return the car. If there is an emergency while driving in Greece, call 112. This is the European emergency number, and it can connect you with the police, ambulance, or fire service. If you have an accident with a rental car, contact the rental company immediately and follow their instructions. Take photos of the cars, the road, and the damage, and don't leave the scene until everything is handled properly. Also, keep your rental documents and insurance information handy with you while driving. Before we wrap up, let me share a few tips. My most important local tip is to avoid driving in central Athens if you can. Also, book your car early if you're traveling in summer, especially if you need an automatic. Before leaving the rental office, take photos of the car, check the fuel policy, and make sure you understand where to return it. And finally, don't rush. Greece is not a place where you want to drive fast. Some of the best places are reached by slower roads, so leave extra time and enjoy the journey. So this is everything you need to know before driving in Greece. Driving here can be one of the best ways to explore the country, especially if you want to visit beaches, villages, archaeological sites, and places that are difficult to reach by public transport. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more Greece travel tips. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.